M&O Conference sports broadcasts are brought to you by Badger Credit Union, North Honda Motorsports, American Family Insurance, Pat Robbins Agent, Bayshore Credit Union, Riverside Auto, Town and Community Insurance, Prestige Auto Body, Crivets Lumber, Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, Tri-City Physical Therapy, Menominee County Federal Credit Union, Pit Stop Quick Lube, BJ's Heating and Cooling, J&R Auto Parts and Service, Menards, Advanced Motors, Peshtigo National Bank, Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC, Bayside Motorsports, and Thrifty Treasures.
Good evening, M&O Conference football fans, and welcome to High on Top of Ranger Mountain. We are in Wausakee as the Wausakee Rangers are getting set to take on the Peshtigo Bulldogs in M&O Conference football action. Mike Lyons and Jake Scrivens bike side tonight as we will be calling the game and bringing it to you. As we look at this game, it's a game kind of set up, Jake, that it's pretty much one team with the same offense as the other.
Absolutely, and both teams we've seen this year now a couple of times, and they both run that spread offense. They like to pass the ball a lot. Both teams like to run the ball as well. Looking at the statistics and stuff like that, it's definitely a team that can throw the ball, both sides, and they can run the ball. They got a couple of good rushers on both sides tonight. It's going to be an interesting matchup.
Question marks already for the Wausakee Rangers. Their quarterback, Eric Arndt, has been out. He is, they said he was going to be dressed. I haven't caught his number out on the field, but that could be a little bit of a problem as there he is out at, it looks like that's him at the midfield stripe. But they've been running with Russell Smith at the quarterback, and that takes away a little bit of a dimension in their offense.
Absolutely, it does, Mike. You know, you got a kid coming off of an injury, might be a little shaken up yet, not quite back to 100%, where you take your tailback and leading rusher on the team and put him into the quarterback position. Well, you might get more of a dual threat there. If he can throw the ball well, he can also kind of almost like a wildcat offense that they might switch to here, that they can just run it with Russell Smith right away as a direct snap, and we've seen that from a couple teams this year on non-conference games.
We'll take a quick break and come back and tell you a little bit more about the tail of the tape on Hits 96.
Go west on 180 every holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a brother when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride if you dare. Out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Back at Wausakee, Mike Lyons and Jake Scrivens. And Jake, another injury update that we're looking at. Connor Kopinski looks like he's in street clothes.
Yeah, Connor Kopinski coming off the up to the center to 50-yard line to do the coin toss in some jeans. So an injury there, and one of their leading receivers on the team. So Quentin Ronaldo's got some big shoes to step up into as a senior, being one of the best targets for Russell Smith or for Eric Arndt, depending on who's handling the snaps tonight.
Well, offensively, let's take a look at what you have for the Wausakee Rangers.
You know, Eric Arndt having a great season so far, throwing the ball and rushing the ball, 534 yards of passing so far, and 579 yards rushing, where Russell Smith coming into the game with 601 yards rushing for the Rangers. You know, a dual threat quarterback like that, Eric Arndt, is hard to come by. You know, Peshtigo also has one of those, and we'll get to that in a little bit here, but Quentin Ronaldo, leading receiver on the team at 241 yards. Like I said, he's got some shoes to fill, or some of the underclassmen need to fill some of those shoes of Connor Kopinski being out tonight, and Quentin Ronaldo needs to have a big game. He's going to have to really step up here tonight and being one of the biggest targets for the Rangers.
Wausakee started off to a quick start. They were 4-0 on the season, now down to 4-2, but a lot of that without Eric Arndt at the controls, and that takes away a lot of what they want to do offensively.
You know, absolutely. Coming into the game 4-2, you need one more victory and you're in the playoffs, and that's got to be the first goal for this team, is to get into the playoffs. Wausakee Rangers, a little bit of pressure on them tonight. They're coming into a awful loss to Suring, 36-26. From what I understand, it was a pretty close matchup the whole game and kind of a shootout between quarterbacks and between teams over there. So Wausakee needs to bounce back and get a victory here tonight. And as we saw Peshtigo last week, they are a tough team and a tough team to handle.
So we'll talk the Peshtigo Bulldogs when we come back on Hits 96.
Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivets Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivets Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivets Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivets Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivets. Visit on Facebook or crivetslumber.com.
You can only imagine what treasures await you at Thrifty Treasures. From clothing for the entire family and any occasion to home goods. This 10,000 square foot building is full of items handpicked for a new home. You can get your hands on these treasures this spring only at Thrifty Treasures. Thrifty Treasures open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, located at 251 French Street in Peshtigo. Like us on Facebook and follow us for giveaways and upcoming sales.
The Wausakee Rangers hosting the Peshtigo Bulldogs here at Ranger Field on the campus of Wausakee High School. And Jake, as we look at the Bulldogs last week, they got their offense cranking a little bit, and they'll be looking to get that spread working.
Absolutely. Justin Thill, their lead player all the way through. As far as statistic categories, other than catching the ball, he's usually throwing it. 1,223 yards passing so far this season. And a couple hundred yards rushing. This kid is just a dual threat monster for the Bulldogs. And, he's got some good targets to throw to. Jake Romanesco leading the team in 536 yards of receiving yards. But then they also got another threat, and that's Kyle Goki out of the backfield. They had 723 yards rushing so far this year. This is a real big offense. They like to spread the ball around, running trips to either side, dual receivers on both sides, and just letting Romanesco go up and get some passes. Last week, like I saw against Crivets, in a victory for the Peshtigo Bulldogs, 19-13 in overtime. A great ball game to watch. And right off the bat, Peshtigo jumps out to 14-0 lead or 13-0 lead, and then stalled the rest of the game until overtime, and they put that 25-yard drive to put Crivets away. But Mike, you look at this Peshtigo Bulldog team and warming up, and it's right to business with this team. Watching Justin Thill with the controls, they run a hurry-up offense. They don't huddle. They're always looking at their wristbands to get the next play in that's called in from the sidelines. So it's a well-oiled offensive unit, and they're pretty good on defense too.
Last week we noticed that running aspect of quarterback Justin Thill. They relied on him when the key was on Goki. They put their running attention to Justin Thill, and he came through big time.
Absolutely. Just like you kind of see here as they're warming up these plays. They run a lot of power plays, I backfield and pistol backfield as well. But Thill is such a dual threat quarterback that he can drop back and pass out of that shotgun, or he'll just take it and he'll run it. He's a very, very good, well-oiled, two-headed monster, basically.
Yeah, we'll come back and talk about the team, the keys to victory for each team. We'll do that after this on Hits 96.
Let me tell you, Advanced Motors, located in Coleman, has AMSOIL for all your motorcycle, ATV, marine, and vehicle needs. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Are you or your student moving? Advanced Motors, a U-Haul dealer, also carries packing and moving supplies for all your needs. Stop in or call today at 920-897-2677. That's 920-897-2677. That's right.
Badger Credit Union is pleased to sponsor high school sports and wishes best of luck to all area teams. Badger Credit Union is proud to be a part of the community. Become a member if you live or work in Marinette, Menominee, or Oconto counties. See them for all types of mortgage loans, auto, vacation, and unsecured loans. They also have debit and ATM cards, share draft, share accounts, and term accounts. Take advantage of no-fee checking for students and senior citizens. Badger Credit Union, 870 Frontage Road, Peshtigo.
The Peshtigo Bulldogs, the Wausakee Rangers, just a few minutes away from kickoff. And Jake, keys for the Wausakee Rangers.
First and foremost is the health of Eric Arndt. Now that we kind of come to the game, and it looks like he's taking the snaps with the first team here, getting their last-minute warm-ups here with 2.5 to go before kickoff. He needs to be healthy. He needs to get the ball to Russell Smith. Try to set a tempo that you can control the ball and control the clock. Get Russell Smith a bunch of yards. See if he can have a 150-plus yard game like he has been in the last couple of games. He's been doing a great job. Your other key to the victory is this is an important game for Rangers. They need to get to the playoffs. This victory gets them into the playoffs. It keeps them in the hunt for the M&O Conference title as well. They're sitting at 2-2. They're going to need a lot of help to get up to that top spot with Coleman being undefeated, Peshtigo at 3-1, but it kind of knocks things up a little bit. You get a little help down the road here in the last couple of games. You never know what can happen in the M&O Conference. Anybody can beat anybody on any Friday night.
So for the Peshtigo Bulldogs, what are we looking at for their keys to success?
The big play downfield, I think, is first and foremost. Get Thill to get Romanesco out into space, get Austin May out into space, get that big play downfield. It worked well against Krivitz, jumping on second play of the game to get a 60-yard touchdown run to Kyle Gohlke. They need that big play, put some pressure on the Rangers, get ahead and stay ahead. But they need to also control the ball and control the clock, set a tempo to this game. If it's going to be a quick, fast-paced tempo, don't let Wausakee get any substitutions in on defense. Maybe create some penalties and stuff like that. Stupid penalties where you're getting 12 men on the field, 10 men on the field even, and getting them off guard and keeping the Rangers off balance.
Well, the one variable that both teams have to contend with, as we played in the early part of the season, we've had some warm weather. Tonight, it's one of those crisp fall evenings, and it's probably the first time they've practiced this week in a little bit of the cold, but this is the first time they'll be playing with less than ideal weather conditions, even though it's a beautiful, crisp night. It's cold.
Absolutely. Once it gets cold like this, that dew starts settling on the ground, the ball gets a little slippery, might be a little bit harder to throw for both teams. Justin Thill probably being a little bit more aggressive passer than Eric Arndt is, but it's definitely going to come down to that, ball control. Maybe a turnover might win this ball game either way.
Well, we're just about set for kickoff. The starting lineups will be introduced. We'll take at least one last break and be back with tonight's broadcast of Wausakee against Peshtigo on Hits 96.
Mother Nature. Or human nature. Are you protected from the unexpected? An American Family Insurance agent can help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Call today for your free personal insurance review so you can check it off your list and off your mind. Call Pat Robbins at 715-582-4631. Local American Family Insurance agent. Are you still shivering from last year's energy bills? BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning will help. Call 715-927-5656 for full service, including tune-ups on your existing system, repair, replacement, or new construction. The number again is 715-927-5656. Whether it's an upgrade or a tune-up, BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning has a solution. 24/7 service for your convenience. Call 715-927-5656. That's BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart
beautiful rendition of our national anthem, getting us ready for high school football. M&O Conference football on Hits 96, WSFQ, Peshtigo, Marinette, Menominee, and both teams getting ready to be introduced on the field. We did talk a little bit about the first cool night of fall football for the two teams, and we were talking, Jake, before the national anthem that it's getting a little slippery out there. It's kind of funny. It was like almost on cue. The quarterbacks in their warm-ups were kind of slipping and sliding when they tried to plant that back foot.
Yeah, absolutely. And in two passing teams that they do have, and as the Peshtigo Bulldogs are introduced as a team, as they always do, a little slippery here for them tonight. And ball control and then eliminating turnovers is going to be a big key. But also on the other side of either team is going to be creating those turnovers and capitalizing on getting those turnovers.
So big game for both teams as they're looking towards the high school playoffs coming up in a few weeks, and Wausakee needing a win to get playoff eligible. So it's going to be an interesting mix here tonight, is that there's got to be a sense of urgency for Wausakee.
Both teams, for that matter. I mean, Wasaakee's sitting on 4-2, and Peshtigo's sitting on 4-2. So this is a big game for both teams. Peshtigo's advantage here tonight is they're 3-1 in conference. They need this victory to stay pace with Coleman, and I do believe Peshtigo plays Coleman yet this year. So, they kind of hold their fate in their own hands. They lose this game, you're going to put yourself well out of that race where you can't control your own fate. You need some help from the other team. And Wausakee needs this victory to stay pace so that you get some help from a Peshtigo, from maybe a Crivets down the road somewhere. One of the other teams can give you some help and get you closer to that M&O Conference title. But most importantly tonight for both teams, get to the playoffs.
Yeah, as the Wausakee is being introduced on the field, the roar of the crowd gets them fired up for tonight's game. And, as we said, this M&O Conference football race, Coleman sitting in the driver's seat, Gillett and Peshtigo nipping at the heels. Wausakee would like to get into that mix. And, that's why we play Friday night games.
Absolutely. This is a lot of fun here, Mike. And we've kind of said this all season long with every game that we've called. And we've called Wausakee, Peshtigo, Crivets, Coleman, all the big dogs in the M&O Conference race. And it's just an electrifying atmosphere. Each high school is a little bit different, with different pregame rituals, if it were, with the bands or choirs or, singing the national anthem. It just gets you fired up, whether you're a broadcaster, whether you're a player, whether you're a fan. So, good, fun atmosphere here tonight, and I'm looking forward to kickoff here in a couple minutes.
And Peshtigo has broken their team huddle, and they're coming out onto the field. They will be receiving. I believe I saw that they won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So, they won the toss, I believe, and they wanted to receive. I was just talking about Wausakee. I saw him say it the other way. So Wausakee will be kicking off. They'll be getting their last-minute instructions and trying to see what they're going to have. Kyle Goki back deep for the Bulldogs, and he's not very deep, only about the 25-yard line. And Wausakee is coming out onto the field. They're just about ready to begin, and we're just about ready to begin high school football action on WSFQ Hits 96. Mike Lyons and Jake Scriven, Mike's side, as we get ready for the game. The referees are going to the sidelines, and Russell Smith is set to kick off for Wausakee. He's going to take a short run of about 6 or 7 yards. And there's the whistle. He approaches the football. The kick is end over end. And this one's going to go beyond Goki, and it's going to start rolling, and it's out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So that'll give Peshtigo good field position right off the bat. So Peshtigo will have it. 1st and 10. Unless they're going to make them kick it over. We'll see here in a second. Nope. Bring it out to the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Peshtigo. Peshtigo comes out ready to play. Everybody checking the wristbands. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Bulldogs. Justin Thill sets the controls. Looks over the defense. 5-man line by Wausakee. Hand off to Goki around the right side. Has a little running room. He's got a lot of running room at the 50, 45, 40, 35, cuts it inside, dragging tacklers down to the 30-yard line. So, Jake, right off the bat, we talked about the big play. There's a 30-yard run by Kyle Goki.
Right off the bat, Mike, just like you said, and we told right in pregame that, big play. Peshtigo, just like last week, coming out this time the first play of the game in a 30-yard run and then setting up another 1st and 10 and getting closer to that red zone right off the bat.
1st and 10 at the Wausakee 30-yard line. Peshtigo just underway at Wausakee, the Bulldogs and the Rangers. Phil gets the snap, drops back to pass, looking, throws it deep down the field. He's got a receiver open, and it's a touchdown in the left corner. And coming down with that one, I do believe, is Jake Romanesco. So Romanesco collects the 30-yard pass. Phil to Jake Romanesco on the touchdown pass. And it's a quick 6-0 Peshtigo. And they'll go to their, what we would call the muddle huddle. Now they come back in, and it looks like they're going to try the extra point. Wausakee. There's the snap. The kick is end over end. It's through the uprights, and it's good. So we are just underway, and it's 11 minutes and change left on the clock, and Peshtigo leads at 7-0. Back after this on Hits 96.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Ocado counties. Whether it's everyday banking, new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Kermit's Auto Parts in Dyer Street and Kermit's carries quality CarQuest parts. Is your car in need of repair? See Kermit's Auto Parts, your authorized CarQuest dealer. Some of their featured products include batteries, spark plugs, filters, brakes, new water pumps, and so much more. Come check out everything Kermit's Auto Parts, your local CarQuest dealer, has to offer, located on Dyer Street in Kermit's. Good luck to all teams in the M&O Conference.
Set for the kickoff. It's the approach. It's a squib kick down the middle of the field. Going to be corralled by Smith, that he's going to have, or not Smith, that was Bieber. Bieber falls on it at the 23-yard line. So Robert Bieber falls there, and then Wausakee will have it. 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. A squib kick was covered by the Rangers. So Rangers, with their first offensive set, will have to try to answer the Peshtigo score. And starting out at the quarterback is Eric Arndt. Arndt with Smith in the backfield. Trips to the right, one to the left. Back to pass. Arndt's pass is short and complete to Bieber across the 25 to the 31-yard line. So a gain of about 9 yards on the quick slant pass. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Rangers. So they came out throwing. 2nd down and 1. Ball rests at the 32-yard line. Arndt barks the signals. He's back to pass, looking, throws it over here to the left. With the pass is Ronaldo. Ronaldo across the 40-yard line to the 41. And that's going to be a gain of about 10 yards on the pass play. So 2 passes and a 1st down for Wausakee at the 42-yard line. So they're trying to answer the Peshtigo score. Peshtigo came out, 30-yard run by Goki, and then a 30-yard pass from Phil to Romanesco for the 7-0 lead at 11:33 of the first quarter. Wausakee with their first possession. Arndt barking out the signals. Hands off Smith, straight ahead, running room a little bit. Gets across the 45 to maybe the 46-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 3 yards. Tough running up the middle, but he had some room there. 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7, ball on the 45.
Peshtigo collapsed on the inside. 2nd down and 7. Just across the 45. We'll call it the 46. Same formation. Trip receivers to the right, one to the left. Smith behind Arndt in the backfield. Handoff, Smith again. Hurdles the first defender, and he gets maybe a yard or two. Coming up with the stop for Peshtigo was Gavin Forsberg. Gain of about 3 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4 with the ball resting at the 48-yard line. About 10 minutes and change to go here in the first quarter. We're just underway, 7-0 Peshtigo. It's hard to see the clock, so we'll do our best to keep you informed, but it's hard for us to see the clock from here. Arndt back to pass. Complete. Right into the hands of Ronaldo. Appears to have enough for the first down. Looks like a gain of about 5 yards on that pass play. And they're telling everybody, move the chain, so it is a first down via the pass. So 1st and 10 for Wausakee now in Peshtigo territory at the 47-yard line. So they've been trying those short little passes, just like a running play in the spread offense. Wausakee comes to the line of scrimmage. This time 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Smith behind Arndt in the backfield. Smith goes straight ahead on the carry. And looked like he kind of bobbled the ball a little bit, but he held on. Gain of about 3 yards. Again, 3 yards straight up the middle. It'll be 2nd down and 7 down to the 44-yard line. So Peshtigo put Landon Wallace in motion, but he was just a decoy as Smith went straight up the middle. Wausakee gets their play from the sidelines, and like Peshtigo, they look at the wristbands. Arndt looking. We have a whistle, and I think we're going to have a false start. Dead ball procedure penalty, and that's going to cost Wausakee 5 yards, and penalties will hurt you. They're trying to answer this drive, so it'll be 2nd and about 13, back to the 49-yard line, still in Peshtigo territory, and we'll see what play they come up with now. Play being shuttled in. Comes in with Hunter Durian. The Rangers come up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right side. Over here is Ronaldo on the left. They're going right to left. Arndt in trouble, sacked in the backfield. He started to roll looking downfield. He had a receiver downfield, but Peshtigo was coming. He loses about 6 yards on the play, and it's 3rd and long. 3rd and, let's call it 19 yards at the 44 of the Rangers.
3rd down, ball on the 44.
Here comes Arndt. Peshtigo with their dime package. All sorts of defensive backs in there. Arndt gets the snap. A little high. Hands off Smith straight up the middle. Has some running room. He's going to keep rolling. He's across the 50 to the 45 down to the 43-yard line. The linebackers of Peshtigo went backwards, and Smith took advantage of that. He gained about 10 yards on the play. It'll bring up 4th and 8 yards after the 10-yard run by Smith up the middle back to the 44-yard line. So it's 4th and about 7. Coming out over the football, Austin Dunlap for the Rangers. Smith in the backfield. Trips to the left. Back to pass. Arndt looks. Complete. And caught right there by number 34, Robert Bieber. Bieber's going to have enough for the first down as he breaks inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 11 on the pass. And it's a first down for the Rangers. So the Rangers offense moving crisply across the 35, as I said, to the 33-yard line. Marching smartly down the field, they overcame the penalty for the first down. Arndt calls the signals. About 9 minutes or so, to 8 minutes to go. Here comes Bieber around the right side on the pitch. He's going to gain maybe a yard or two. Coming over there, Goki for the stop. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8. So a good mix of run and pass by the Rangers on this drive.
You know, Mike, I like the way that the Rangers are conducting themselves right now. Just kind of taking their time, getting some quick passes, which you kind of said is just like a run for 4, 5, 6 yards at a time, and letting their receivers make a play, and then mixing in a couple of nice runs already.
2nd down and 8. Handoff. No, it's kept by Arndt. He rolls around the left side. He's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards.
Tackle made by Alex Harper.
Harper on the stop. Gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and a long 3. So we're going to give him almost 5 yards on the carry. 3rd and 3, ball at the 28-yard line. Got to get inside that 25-yard line for the first down. 3rd and about 3. Arndt hands off Smith, off right tackle. Seems to have enough for the first down. Rolling down near the 20-yard line to about the 21. So that's a gain of another 6 yards and a first down for the Rangers. Now just approaching the red zone at about the 21 or 22-yard line. So the Rangers trying to answer that quick score by the Bulldogs with a methodical down the field march. Arndt at 4:40 to go in the first quarter. So Rangers burning some clock. Pass in the air. Thrown behind Quentin Rinaldo. Arndt had Rinaldo cutting across the middle. If he catches that one, he may be gone, but it was thrown behind him. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 back at the 21-yard line. 13-play drive right now for the Rangers. Dunlap comes up over the ball at center. 2 in the backfield this time for Arndt. Bieber in motion, handoff Smith. Goes off the left guard, gets across the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Short gain, maybe 2 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8. Another big 3rd down for the Rangers just inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Kane driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC Oconto Marinette bringing you tonight's broadcast of M&O Conference Football right here on Hits 96. We're in the first quarter. It's been a quick one since Wausakee has the football. About 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Handoff to the outside and getting corralled in the backfield is Rollo. Rollo tried to go around the right side. That play was slow developing, and Peshtigo was quick to react. And there's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down and 13 for the Rangers.
Good job by Jake Romanesco on that one to come off the left edge there and just disrupt that play in the backfield. Stayed home on a reverse end around. Good job, Jake Romanesco, on that.
So here comes Arndt. 4th and 13. Back outside the 20. Drops back to pass. Has to scramble. Looking. Throws a jump ball for Ronaldo. He's got him. And he caught it for the touchdown. Welcome back, Eric. Our 24-yard touchdown pass. It was a jump ball to Quentin Ronaldo, and Ronaldo went up and snagged that one out of the air for the touchdown. So Arndt to Quentin Ronaldo on the 24-yard touchdown pass. And Wausakee answers. And they'll go for 2. Arndt under center. Keeps it, pitches to the outside, and not going to get it is Russell Smith. So Peshtigo comes up with the stop. So 3 minutes and change to go in the first quarter. The score stands Peshtigo 7, Wausakee 6. Back after this on Hits 96.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay Cities Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Was that my car talking?
Nah, it's your engine, and I need an oil change.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Are you kidding me? Check my dipstick. It's as black as the La Brea tar pits.
I know. I just haven't had time.
Call Pit Stop Quick Lube. Hey, you know Pit Stop Quick Lube has no appointment service, right? Just stop in, and they'll get you done.
Pit Stop Quick Lube. What's their phone number?
906-864-2426.
What's that number again?
906-864-2426. Write it down. 906-864-2426. Pit Stop Quick Lube, 10th Street, Menominee.
3:06 or 3:09 to go in the first quarter. 7-6. Peshtigo has the lead. Here's Smith for the kickoff for the Rangers. A low rolling one. It's going to go out of bounds. Almost at the exact same spot, the 10-yard line. And Peshtigo, I believe, will accept the ball at the 40-yard line and take over. 1st and 10 for the second time in a row. Peshtigo will be starting in good field position. And, Jake, exactly what Wausakee needed.
Absolutely. Come back and you have Peshtigo 2 plays and a touchdown, a run of the 35 and a run of... What's going on here?
I think the ball was touched.
Oh, my.
And so it's going to be at the 9-yard line.
So they kicked it into somebody on one of the upbacks, rolled off his leg or something that the referee saw there, Mike, and now they put it down in the 9-yard line. Good job by Russell Smith to bounce that off somebody.
Handoff. Goki on the left side has running room. Out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Looks to be a gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Tackled by Joey Matkin.
We'll give him 6.
Second on Bulldogs.
It'll be 2nd and 4 at about the 16-yard line. Peshtigo, always in a hurry. Already at the line of scrimmage. Double receivers right and left. Handoff Goki again on the left side. Has some running room. He's across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Has some running room and gets pulled out of bounds. And they're going to say he was bounced out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So from the 16 to the 45, we're going to give him 29 yards. And another big play for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. They're going to give him the 46, so that's 30 yards on the run. So that's 3 30-yard plays already for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. 1st and 10. Peshtigo on their own 46. They lead it 7-6. Clock is stopped as 2:22 to go as Peshtigo was out of bounds. Handoff. Goki up the middle. Still has some running room. Across the 50 down to about the 47-yard line. Looks to be a gain of about 6 yards again. So it'll be 2nd down and 4, but now in Wausakee territory at the 48-yard line. Peshtigo has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Goki behind Thill in the backfield. Hands off Goki, right tackle, has some running room again across the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Gain of 8 yards. And a 1st down, so Peshtigo gaining it in chunks, moving down the field at the 39-yard line. They started at the 9. After a kick went off and up, man, and then out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Peshtigo up to the line of scrimmage. Wausakee threatening a blitz from the inside. Phil has a man in motion. Handoff Goki. Across the 35. Keeps his legs churning. Down around the 31-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards. Again, straight up the middle. And a gang of Rangers were there to drag him down, but not until he gained 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 at the 31. Same formation for Peshtigo. 1 receiver wide right, and a flag, and I think Wausakee was offside. It was. Encroachment against the Rangers will be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down to the 26-yard line. So a free 5 yards and a free set of downs for the Bulldogs, who lead it 7-6 near the end of the first quarter. We're under a minute. Phil looks over the defense. Back to pass. Looking. Deep down the left side. His receiver fell down, and nothing going to be called there. His receiver was looking to back at the football, and I think he probably caught a lump of grass or something. He went down. The Wausakee defender was beat, so there's no penalty there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
It was only the 8th play for the Peshtigo Bulldogs so far in this game, and they have a lead right now, 7-6. About 38 seconds to go here in this first quarter, Mike.
Handoff. Goki cuts back. Inside running. Short gain. He's going to gain maybe about 3 yards on the play. Wausakee came across the line of scrimmage. Leading the pack was Austin Dunlap. So we'll give him a gain of 3. That's the shortest gain of the night so far for Peshtigo. 3rd and 7 at the 23-yard line. Phil sets his team. Handoff. Goki straight up the middle. Bowling straight ahead.
Penalty play coming in.
And he breaks free, and he's going to go into the end zone. So good 2nd and 3rd effort, but we have a flag on the play. Holding is the call against the Bulldogs. That was a very interesting play. Goki went up the middle, looked to be stopped. Everybody was kind of waiting for a whistle, and all of a sudden Goki squirted out of the pack and ran into the end zone, but he got a little help with a hold.
You know, you got to, Mike, as a high school football player, even all the way up to the professional ranks, you got to play to the whistle. And right now, Kyle Goki is just hard-nosed running right up the gut. He's getting some spin moves, and he's getting some moves up the middle, and he squirted away on that one. You know, luckily, Wausakee had a penalty and got held, so, you know, that got called back in a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul as the first quarter comes to an end.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Our score standing Peshtigo 7, Wausakee 6. Back after this on Hits 96.
What kind of insurance are you looking for? Stop looking and let Town & Community Insurance Agency, LLC, look for you. Town & Community Insurance Agency has access to a variety of different types of insurance, such as auto, homeowners, business, life, health, farm, motorcycle, and watercraft. Available through plenty of different companies to get you the best and most cost-efficient insurance for your lifestyle. Feel free to stop in at our new location at 509 Alma Street, Pound, across from Ace in the Pound Business Plaza. Or call 920-897-5487. That's 920-897-5487.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC.
Back for the second quarter, Mike Lyons, Jake Scrivens, as the Peshtigo Bulldogs lead the Wausakee Rangers 7-6. They have it 3rd down and about 16 at the 32-yard line. Phil hands off Goki. He starts around the left side. Has some running room again. Breaks down inside the 20-yard line to about the 18. So he's going to gain most of that back. It'll be 3rd and 3. We'll give him 13 yards on the run. Just a stretch play to the outside, and Goki outran some defenders down to the 19-yard line. So a big 4th down for Peshtigo here in the second quarter. 4th down and 3. So the play comes in from the sideline. See what Peshtigo decides to do on this one. Wausakee crowds the line of scrimmage, and there's a jump, a long count, and are they going to get a free 5? The official over here says offside against the Rangers, so a big second penalty on this drive keeps the Peshtigo drive alive. This will be a 1st down inside the 15 at the 13-yard line for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. So here come the Bulldogs. Set for action. Trip receivers to the left. Working to the left end zone. Going right to left. Goki cuts it back across the middle. Is going to go down close to the end zone. About the 2-3 yard line. So a gain of about 11 yards on the play. It'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs at about the 3 yard line.
And that's Goki's 9th carry of the game so far, up to 125 yards unofficially, and 9 carries. So he is just tearing it up for these Bulldogs so far.
The play comes in from the sidelines. Everybody checks the wristbands. Peshtigo in the same formation, the spread. Thill calls out the signals, keeps it himself around the left side, walks into the end zone for the touchdown. So Justin Thill goes in on a 3-yard run. So every possession by both teams has resulted in points, and Peshtigo has the lead 13-6, and see if they go for 1 or 2. They set up in the muddle huddle. They've got their line way over to the left and their receivers up close. And it looks like they're going in the go for 2, and they throw it out to Goki, and I don't think he's going to get into the end zone.
Nope.
He's going to come up a little bit short, so the try is no good. And our score is Peshtigo 13 and Wausakee 6. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on Hits 96.
Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine of Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specialize in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy and Sports can provide you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports, 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
Visit North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to the certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports, 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592, bringing you M&O Conference Football. Peshtigo leads it 13-6, and they'll be kicking off with 10:44 to go in the first half of play. So here comes Wausakee. Squib kick, going to be taken by the Rangers at the 25, out to about the 33-34 yard line. And taking that one was Quentin Unferth to the 33 yard line, where Wausakee will have it first and 10. So the Rangers are going to have to do what they did the last time, march down the field.
Absolutely, Mike. You're not in bad shape here. You're just into the second quarter. You had one really long drive, 16 plays. Put another one together. Put another 16-play drive together and get another score, and you're right back in this ballgame.
So here come the Rangers. Familiar formation to Peshtigo. Three receivers to the right. Handoff goes to Smith. He has some running room. Comes straight ahead across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Going to gain a quick 3 yards. Jeremy Van Voren coming across with the stop, as our PA announcer was about 2 seconds ahead of me. It'll be second down and 3. Here comes the play with Arndt from the sideline. Dunlap over center. Smith in the backfield behind Arndt. Twin receivers right and left. Bieber in motion. Handoff goes back to Smith, straight up the middle, dragging Peshtigo defenders with him. He's going to gain another 2 or 3 yards up near the 40-yard line. Looks like it's going to be the 39, so we'll give him 2 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 5, but it's a short 5 right at the 39-yard line. So Wausakee needing a first to keep this drive alive. Peshtigo has been deadly on both of their drives so far. Arndt. Back to pass. In trouble. and is going to be dropped in the backfield. Coming across from his defensive position, Jake Romanesco, and Arndt looks to be a little bit of pain as he is slow to get up. We'll take a quick break and come back with more. Tell you what's happening after this on Hits 96.
Menards is a place to save big money on all your home improvement needs. Whether you're building or remodeling, Menards has everything you need for your home under one roof. From building materials and tools to paint, carpeting, cabinets, and all the finishing touches, you'll find quality products, helpful, friendly service, and delivery 7 days a week. And at Menards, you'll always find the lowest prices and sales, too.
Save big money at Menards.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or O'Connell to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, O'Connell and Marinette.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust offers a variety of loan programs, vehicle loans, personal loans, and commercial loans. They do real estate mortgages, offer home equity options, and work with government loan programs. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust is here to serve you in 3 locations: Ludington Street in Marinette, Roosevelt Road in Marinette, and Highway 141 in Crivets. They can show you how to make your banking life easier, save you time, and save you money. Contact them today. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Well, Jake, the one thing you didn't want to see happen is Arndt going down again with an injury.
Absolutely, Mike. And, looked like Romanesco came in there, clean tackle, grabbed him by the back of the shirt, kind of threw him to the ground. He spun him around a little bit, maybe twisted that ankle. Hopefully he gets over there, gets a breather here as the Rangers are looking to punt here on this long 4th down. Get a breather, get some water, and get back in there on the next drive.
So here comes Smith at the 15-yard line in punt formation. Booming kick across the 50, driving Peshtigo-Wausakee all the way or down to the 30-yard line. And that was actually Austin May that corralled that one at the 30-yard line. So Peshtigo with their worst field position so far, the 30-yard line. Actually, no, they were down on the 9. I forgot the last kickoff was touched and knocked out of bounds. So they'll be at the 30-yard line. 70 yards from pay dirt, they lead it 13-6. So the Bulldogs quickly to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass is still looking, in trouble. And he is going to be sacked at the 20-yard line. Coming across was number 66, Nick Whitman. Whitman dragged him down back at the 20-yard line, so a loss of 10 yards on the play, as still could not get away from the onrushing Whitman. And Wausakee with a big play with a 10-yard loss. So back to the 20-yard line, 2nd and 20. The Bulldogs up to the line of scrimmage. 8 minutes and change. Goki on the handoff, straight up the middle across the 25, maybe the 26-yard line, so he's going to gain 6 yards on the play. And Justin Thill is bent over at the 17-yard line, but he gets back up to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 6 yards on the play. 3rd and 14. Phil adjusting his padding. Now gets the play. Took a look at the scoreboard, and this is one of the longer times Peshtigo has had to set up a play. And the Bulldogs are ready. Phil hands off Goki around the right side, across the 30 to almost the 35-yard line. Gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Tackle made by Robert Bieber.
Bieber coming across on the stop.
4th down, Peshtigo.
It'll be 4th down for the Bulldogs at the 35-yard line.
4th down, ball on the 35.
Phil is up at the line of scrimmage with the Bulldogs. Looks like they might go for this one. We have a whistle. Timeout is going to be going to Wausakee, as Wausakee will try to set things back up. Visit North Motorsports, the area's full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports, 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or call them at 863-5592. Also, Kane, driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Oconto, Marinette. So, Jake, Peshtigo was forced Wausakee to take a timeout as it looked like they were going to go for fourth down at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. Peshtigo comes out, maybe pretends like they're going to punt, and then Phil jumps back in under center. Wausakee all the way back up in punt coverage. Has to burn a timeout there. About 7 minutes and 11 seconds here to go in the second quarter.
They're still looking like they're in go formation, but Goki does punt kind of rugby style. So he's back in the backfield at about the 28-yard line. So let's see what Peshtigo decides to do. Are they going to go for it? The pass to the outside is dropped, and there's a flop on the play. Wide open was Isaac Ellie. And let's see, it's a holding penalty against the Bulldogs, and of course Wausakee will decline that penalty, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers in great field position at about the 34-35-yard line.
I like the play call there by the Bulldogs. Going for it, you punt it, you pin Wausakee deep. You're also up by a touchdown right now. Now take a chance early in the game. You can always make up for it later.
So Russell Smith will be the quarterback for the Rangers. Aren't out with an apparent ankle injury. Smith hands it off straight ahead. I believe that's Bieber, but that's who it looks like coming off the bottom. No, look, Rollo. Tony Rollo gains a yard. It's hard to see their numbers when they're sideways, but we finally got it. Tony Rollo carries it for a yard. And Peshtigo has an equipment problem. Referee stopping the play for a moment. 6 minutes and change to go in the first half. And Rollo gets whatever piece of equipment he needed. He comes back into the huddle, and Wausakee is ready to go. Smith gives the play to Rollo. 3 receivers to the left for the Rangers. Smith calling the signals. Back to pass. Now goes straight on a quarterback draw. Goes straight ahead. Has a little running room. Maybe picked up 2, maybe 3 yards.
Initial contact made by Drake Painting.
He kept the pile moving. He kept his legs churning, but he only picked up 2 yards on the quarterback draw. 3rd down and 7 at the 32-yard line. Definite 4-down territory for the Rangers. 5 minutes and change to go in the first half. Peshtigo leads it 13-6. Wausakee threatening at the 32-yard line. They're without their quarterback. Arndt went down with an injury on the last series. Smith in trouble. Bulls ahead. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 7. 4th and 7 at the 32-yard line. Smith did get back to the line of scrimmage.
4th down Rangers.
So let's see what the Rangers come up with. Smith goes over, gets his play. Checks the wristband as he heads to the huddle. The Rangers send 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. The one on the left is Ronaldo. Smith back to throw, has some time, and it's knocked down. A good defensive play by number 40, Max Newman, for the Bulldogs, and the Rangers come up empty. So Peshtigo will get it back, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 4 minutes still to go in the first half. Peshtigo could score quickly. They've been gaining yards in chunks except on the last drive. So here comes the Bulldogs. Thill sets his team. Same formation we just saw. Trips to the left, one to the right. Thill hands off Goki. He trips over his own offensive lineman. After a gain of about a yard, it'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 34-yard line. Thill waiting for the play. Now gets it. He's ready to go. Rangers 5 on the line. Defensively. Thill lost the snap, picks it up, throws it deep down the field. And intended for number 1, Matt Miller. Miller had a step or two on his defender, but the ball was just a little bit overthrown. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 34-yard line. 4:20 to go in the first half. So a quick first quarter and a little slower second quarter, but the clock will run on the snap. Wausakee trying to defend. 3rd and 8. And now the receivers switch sides. They'll go 3 right and 1 left. Back to throw. Thill in trouble. Screen pass. Goki. He's got lots of running room and some blockers. Across the 50. Across the 40. 35. He might be gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bulldogs on a 64-yard screen pass to Goki. Thill went back to throw, made it look like he was going to go deep down the field. Wausakee kind of bought into that, and he threw it under to the running back, Goki. Goki had running room and just outraced everybody to the end zone on a 66-yard screen pass for the touchdown.
Well, that was a good play right there. That started all with Justin Thill dropping back to pass, dropping deep, pretending nobody is there, and bam, he hits Goki right about the line of the scrimmage, and actually like a 10-yard pass, running down to the other end for a touchdown. Big play for Peshtigo.
So our score stands 20-6. We'll be back with more on Hits 96.
Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com.
Well, Jake, we talked about the big play, and Peshtigo's had 3 big plays so far, and they've been able to capitalize 2 of those into touchdowns.
Absolutely, Mike. You know, you look at the big play opportunities for Peshtigo. The first play of the game, 30 yards. The second play of the game, 35 yards. The fourth play of the game, 30 yards. And then you get a nice drive going after that, and then you get another big play at 64 yards. 3 out of those 4 big plays have been touchdowns.
Kickoff is grabbed right at the 50-yard line. It was kicked right into Riley Carnett. Had the ball kicked right at him, and credit the lineman. He knocked that thing down and fell on top of it. And Wausakee will have it 1st and 10 on the Peshtigo 49-yard line.
Good job by Carnott just to knock that ball down, have the awareness to jump on top of it. Good field position for the Rangers.
So Peshtigo tried to pull a little rabbit out of the hat with a kick to the lineman up near the 50-yard line. Wausakee has it. Trip receivers to the right. Smith still in at quarterback. Keeps it on the quarterback draw. It gets about 2 or 3 tough yards down near the 46-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 7. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Smith has to run all the way across the field to get his play. And And everybody comes up to the line of scrimmage. At least Smith didn't have to go into the huddle, saved a few steps. Again, trip receivers to the left. Rolo in the backfield. Smith keeps it on his own. Breaks a tackle. Now is spun back. He's going to lose about a yard on the play. And Peshtigo's going to take a timeout to try to save some time. It'll be 3rd and 9 at the 48-yard line. And Peshtigo feels, Jake, they might be able to add a little bit more.
Absolutely here. About 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Peeking around the light standard here. And, long 3rd down here for Wausakee. This is a big play. If you can get a 1st down here, you might eliminate Peshtigo getting the ball back. And maybe get a score yourself here. Starting off with good field position, just not able to move that ball around since that first drive.
3rd down and long for Wausakee. And big play for the Rangers. They can get the clock rolling. They would still like to get into the end zone and keep this close. It is 20-6, but play has been dominated by the Bulldogs, except for the one grueling drive by Wausakee. Arndt to Quentin Rinaldo capped that drive with a jump ball in the end zone. But with Arndt out, they're a different creature, the Wausakee Rangers. So here they come, 3rd and 8. Coming out over the ball at the 48-yard line.
3rd and 8, ball on the 48.
Smith adjusts his gloves. Gets the ball, back to pass, looking. Throws it down the field. He's got a receiver wide open, Rinaldo. Rinaldo was wide open at the 15-yard line, and that pass comes up incomplete. It was there for the taking, but
just in and out of the hands on that one, Mike. And Russell Smith, a great pass, nice tight spiral. There's no excuse for that. That's got to be caught. You caught Peshtigo sneaking Goki over to the near side away from the play and wide open right to the end zone. That was a big play opportunity for the Rangers.
Just before halftime, Menominee leads Escanaba 19-0. Smith in punt formation. This one is going to go to about the 12-yard line. There's flags on the field. Peshtigo on the return, and the flag gets the call played, or the play called, the call played. Here's Still, back to pass. Almost intercepted over there on the outside. Coming across, Joe McTrusty will bring up a 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs. That'll stop the clock.
1:28 to go, Mike.
At the 30-yard line, 4th and 1. Of course, if they pick up the 1st down, they stop the clock momentarily. So the play is called. Wausakee loads up the line of scrimmage. Smith from his linebacker position, moving up. Pitch to Goki on the left side, going to pick up the 1st down, has some running room to the 20. Down to the 16-yard line where he's finally tackled.
Goki, the ball carrier.
Coming up with the stop.
Tackle made by McTrusty.
McTrusty at the 18-yard line. So a gain of about 11 yards again on the play. And it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs. Handoff up the middle. Goki breaks a tackle down to the 10.
Goki, the ball carrier.
And a timeout by Peshtigo. It'll be 2nd down and about 3 at the 10-yard line. They lead it 20-6. Back after this on Hits 96.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free with around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early drop-off, pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an iCar Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state, located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair.
Just over a minute to go in the first half, and the Peshtigo Bulldogs started their drive at their own 8-yard line. They're down to the 10-yard line in Wausakee territory, leading 20-6 and threatening to start to blow this one open.
Absolutely. Peshtigo Bulldogs, a great drive going right here with just starting with the ball and just under 3 minutes to go. Now you're just sitting over a minute and knocking right on the door again here. And just like you said, Mike, this is going to be turning into a rout here if they score.
Here comes the Bulldogs. Trip receivers to the left. Goki behind Phil in the backfield. Miller to the far right side. Peshtigo coming up Wausakee in their loaded line. Now they drop back. And we've got a whistle, and I think we've got some motion on the Bulldogs. So the 5-yard penalty. Wausakee kind of tricked up Peshtigo. They showed linebacker inside blitz, and they backed out of it, and we're going to send the outside linebackers. And it caused the line of Peshtigo to jump. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 15-yard line. Phil lost the ball on the ground. He says to fall on it at the 20-yard line. Loss of 5 yards on the play. And Peshtigo will take another timeout. So it'll be 3rd and 14 at the 20-yard line when we come back on Hits 96.
Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivets Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivets Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivets Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivets Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivets. Visit on Facebook or crivetslumber.com.
You can only imagine what treasures await you at Thrifty Treasures. From clothing for the entire family and any occasion to home goods. This 10,000 square foot building is full of items handpicked for a new home. You can get your hands on these treasures this spring only at Thrifty Treasures. Thrifty Treasures open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, located at 251 French Street in Peshtigo. Like us on Facebook and follow us for giveaways and upcoming sales.
3rd down and 14. The ball rests at the 20-yard line.
Go west on 180.
Pass is complete down to about the 15-yard line. Romanesco on the catch. Gain of 5 yards will bring up a 4th down for the Bulldogs at the 15-yard line. We're under a minute to play in the first half. So the play is called from the sideline. Phil is ready to go. Back to pass, looking, throws across the middle, batted down in the middle by Rollo was there for the defense, and that defensive play gives a little breathing room back to the Wausakee Rangers. It's 20-6 with about 20 seconds to go here in the first half. I think Wausakee will probably take I would bet they would take a knee in this situation, but that's why I'm up here. Russell Smith still at the controls. Arndt went out at the 9:14 mark of the second quarter with an apparent ankle injury. Smith with a draw straight up the middle. He's going to gain about 5 or 6 yards out to the 22-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3. And Wausakee, I believe Wausakee took a timeout.
Timeout Rangers.
So we'll see what Wasaukee's going to be setting up here. The last report we had, Menominee leads Escanaba 19-0. No report yet on the Marinette game. So it'll be, what has Wausakee got up their sleeve here for their maybe final play of the first half?
18 seconds to go here, Mike. I think if you can get a good chunk of this, get up towards the 50-yard line, you got probably 3 plays to go. If you do it quickly and you get up the field quickly, get out of bounds.
It almost would have to be some kind of a jump ball to Ronaldo down the sidelines.
No timeouts, it looks like, on the scoreboard for either team.
Yeah, very hard to see the scoreboard from where we are. There's a big light pole right in our way. So here it is, 2nd down and 7 at about the 22-yard line. Smith with Rollo behind him. Trips to the right. Smith keeps it straight up the middle. And he has some running room tripped up at the 30-yard line. Making a very good stop on the play was Austin May. Otherwise, Smith might have been off to the races. He gained about 10 yards on the play, picked up the 1st down. The clock starts to roll. Smith back to pass. Has all sorts of time. Rolling to his right. Now keeps it. Trying to get around 4 Peshtigo defenders. And he's down at about the 34-yard line after a gain of 2 yards on the play. And that will bring us, I believe, that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So the first half is history. Peshtigo goes to the halftime intermission leading 20-6. I'll take a break and we'll be back in about 2 minutes to start recapping what happened here in the first half on Hits 96 WSFQ Peshtigo, Marinette, Menominee.
Go west on 180 every holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. Low overhead seats, you big bucks, come take a ride. If you dare, out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Let me tell you, Advanced Motors, located in Coleman, has AMSOIL for all your motorcycle, ATV, marine, and vehicle needs. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Are you or your student moving? Advanced Motors, a U-Haul dealer, also carries packing and moving supplies for all your needs. Stop in or call today at 920-897-2677. That's 920-897-2677. Whew, that's right.
Badger Credit Union is pleased to sponsor high school sports and wishes best of luck to all area teams. Badger Credit Union is proud to be a part of the community. Become a member if you live or work in Marinette, Menominee, or Oconto counties. See them for all types of mortgage loans, auto, vacation, and unsecured loans. They also have debit and ATM cards, share draft, share accounts, and term accounts. Take advantage of no-fee checking for students and senior citizens. Badger Credit Union, 870 Frontage Road, Peshtigo.
The Wausakee Rangers are hosting the Peshtigo Bulldogs, and Peshtigo got off to a fast start. On their very first drive, it took them just 3 plays to go down the field, or 2 plays to go just down the field, a 30-yard run by Kyle Goki, and then Justin Thill with a 30-yard touchdown pass to Jake Romanesco, a beautiful spiral down the left sideline. The extra point was kicked, and at 11:33 of the first quarter, Peshtigo had the lead at 7-0. Wausakee was undaunted. They came right back, and a grueling 16-play drive culminated with a Eric Arndt to Quentin Ronaldo 26-yard jump ball in the left corner of the end zone. The extra point failed. It was 7-6 with Peshtigo in the lead. The second quarter started, and Peshtigo was able to get the football back down the field. They had a long, time-consuming drive of 91 yards. It was finished on a 3-yard run by Justin Thill. With 10:44 to go in the second quarter, Peshtigo had the lead 13-6. And then Kyle Goki added a 66-yard screen pass across the middle, and it was 20-6, and that's our halftime score here at Wausakee. The Rangers have been able to move the ball at times, but have not been able to complete their drives, and they have the lead right now, 20-6 Peshtigo And we'll be back with statistics right after this.
Mother Nature. Or human nature. Are you protected from the unexpected? An American Family Insurance agent can help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Call today for your free personal insurance review so you can check it off your list and off your mind. Call Pat Robbins at 715-582-4631. Your local American Family Insurance agent. Are you still shivering from last year's energy bills? BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning will help. Call 715-927-5656 for full service, including tune-ups on your existing system, repair, replacement, or new construction. The number again is 715-927-5656. Whether it's an upgrade or a tune-up, BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning has a solution. 24/7 service for your convenience. Call 715-927-5656. That's BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Oconto counties. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Kermit's Auto Parts in Dyer Street and Kermit's carries quality CarQuest parts. Is your car in need of repair? See Kermit's Auto Parts, your authorized CarQuest dealer. Some of their featured products include batteries, spark plugs, filters, brakes, new water pumps, and so much more. Come check out everything Kermit's Auto Parts, your local CarQuest dealer, has to offer, located on Dyer Street in Kermit's. Good luck to all teams in the M&O Conference.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay Cities Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Was that my car talking?
Nah, it's your engine, and I need an oil change.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Are you kidding me? Check my dipstick. It's as black as the La Brea tar pits.
I know. I just haven't had time.
Call Pit Stop Quick Lube. Hey, you know Pit Stop Quick Lube has no appointment service, right? Just stop in, and they'll get you done.
Pit Stop Quick Lube. What's their phone number?
906-864-2426.
What's that number again?
906-864-2426. Write it down. 906-864-2426. Pit Stop Quick Lube, 10th Street, Menominee.
Welcome back to Wausakee as the Peshtigo Bulldogs leading the Wausakee Rangers so far tonight in this first half, 22-6. And going over a few of the individual statistics so far in this first half, starting with the Wausakee Rangers, Eric Arndt, 5 of 6 with a touchdown pass and 59 yards, went down in the second quarter with an apparent ankle injury. And in the booth next to us here, it doesn't sound like he is going to return. So Russell Smith will be in the snaps from here on out for the Rangers. Speaking of Russell Smith, 15 carries so far tonight and 56 yards, running kind of now out of that Wildcat formation, handing it off here and there to their other running back, who would be Rolo, and also going over to Quentin Ronaldo, 3 catches, 39 yards, and a touchdown in this ball game to give them the 6 points on their scoreboard. Over to the Peshtigo Bulldogs, Justin Thill, 5 of 11, 151 yards, a touchdown pass, and a rushing touchdown. Kyle Gohlke, the big story for Peshtigo tonight, 17 carries so far in this game, 186 yards, 20 points for them. Kyle Gohlke also has 1 catch for that 64-yard touchdown pass on a screenplay early in the second quarter to give them, I believe at that time it was a 13-6 lead. Going over to Jake Romanesco, 2 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown for him. And Matt Miller, 1 catch for 30 yards. And so far in this game, it's just been all Kyle Gohlke just taking care of that ball. Since the first drive, the Peshtigo Bulldogs on that first drive, 2 plays, covering 65 yards and a touchdown. And it's been all Peshtigo all night so far here in Wausakee. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk about what both teams need to do here in the second half. We got about 6.5 minutes before the second half starts, so stay with us. We'll be right back here on Hits 96 M&O Conference Football.
What kind of insurance are you looking for? Stop looking and let Town and Community Insurance Agency, LLC, look for you. Town and Community Insurance Agency has access to a variety of different types of insurance, such as auto, homeowners, business, life, health, farm, motorcycle, and watercraft. Available through plenty of different companies to get you the best and most cost-efficient insurance for your lifestyle. Feel free to stop in at our new location at 509 Alma Street, Pound, across from Ace in the Pound Business Plaza. Or call 920-897-5487. That's 920-897-5487.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC. Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine of Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specialize in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy and Sports can provide you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine at 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
And we're back at Wausakee. 20-6 is our halftime score. The Peshtigo Bulldogs lead the Wausakee Rangers. And Jake, as we look at the first half, Peshtigo has just been able to move the ball with more regularity.
Absolutely, and you got to credit that right to the offensive line and Kyle Gohlke running behind that offensive line. That's a big group of guys up front. And, Kyle Gohlke right now sitting, like I said a few minutes ago, 186 yards on 17 carries. He doesn't have a touchdown rushing, but he's got a 64-yard receiving touchdown. All purpose-wise, he's pushing 250 yards tonight.
Well, you got to credit that with the offensive line. They've opened up some holes. He's been able to have a blocker out in front of him pretty much at will, and they've been picking up 8-9 yards a crack.
Absolutely. You look down this line here for Kyle Gohlke. His first play from scrimmage was 35, 6, 36. I mean, he's had 2 carries under 5 yards the entire night, and that was the 7th and his 12th carry at 3 and 1 yard. So, I mean, the guy is just ripping through the yardage tonight.
So as you look at the second half and you have to come up with some things, what are you telling the Wausakee Rangers?
You got to trust in your backup quarterback right now. Hearing, from the booth next to us here that Eric Arndt most likely is not coming back into this ball game. You got to trust in Russell Smith. You're going to run more of a wildcat option. Maybe throw an option in there as, Grant Russ, the first-year coach for the Wausakee Rangers, has some thinking to do here at halftime. Get these guys fired up here. 20-6 is not a big deal. You had a 16-play drive, your first drive of the game, you scored a touchdown. You haven't been able to do anything since. Go back to what you did on that first drive in those 16 plays. Obviously, they worked. You ran the ball down 70 yards down the field. So the Wausakee Rangers need to get back to that first drive mentality, get some momentum back coming here in the second half.
And that drive, even though it was engineered by Arndt, they were throwing those little short 5-6 yard passes that were getting them down the field. They added the Russell Smith run, so you can still run Russell Smith or Tony Rollo up the middle or off the tackles as they were doing, but you've got to keep Peshtigo a little bit honest, and you're going to have to throw that pass in every now and then. They threw a couple of them late in the half, and they were there for the taking. So I think Peshtigo doesn't believe that Wasaukee's going to throw it.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Arndt is a great thrower for the Wausakee Rangers, but you know what? Russell Smith threw some good balls there late in that second quarter. They were just dropped. He had Quentin Ronaldo on the far side of the field for a touchdown. I mean, that was a 40-yard pass play, wide open. Quentin just dropped it. You can't do that to your quarterback, whether it be a backup or a starter. So what they need to do at half here, Quentin Ronaldo, he's a senior. He needs to be a leader right there. He's got to make that catch. He knows that. I've talked to him in the past for basketball season last year and into the football season this year. He is one of those guys that he is going to catch that ball, and he needs to. So he needs to step up. All the seniors need to rally around and get these underclassmen a little fired up here coming out of the gates in the second half.
Visit North Motorsports, the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. from their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports, 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592. And Kane, driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC Oconto Marinette. So now as we look, we'll kind of shift gears and we'll go towards the Peshtigo Bulldogs. What are you going to do here in the second half?
Keep doing what you're doing, Mike. I mean, Kyle Gohlke has just been a juggernaut here for the Bulldogs tonight. I don't think you want to stray too far away from that. Let him have a big game. Let him have 30-plus carries tonight. You might as well. You got a lead right now. You want to control that clock. You want to burn that clock off. You're probably going to want to take some more time here in the second half. I know Peshtigo likes to run that quick, hurry-up kind of offense. Plays coming in from our booth next to us, down to the coaches, and then signaled in. So, you know, Justin Thill needs to take control of this game and just, Kyle Gohlke, you're my man. You're going to be running the ball for the rest of the game here.
Well, Peshtigo, you know, they really seem to be, we talked about it late in the first half, one score, and this could be out of hand.
Absolutely, but, you know, and one score could put Wausakee right back into this too, Mike. So this is right on the edge right now. If, you know, Peshtigo kicks off, I think, here to start the second half. Wausakee kicked off the first half, so it's going to be the Peshtigo giving the ball back to Wausakee to start this half. Wausakee needs to come out and get a touchdown on his first drive.
So we'll be back with the second half, and we'll do that after this on Hits 96.
Menards is a place to save big money on all your home improvement needs. Whether you're building or remodeling, Menards has everything you need for your home under one roof. From building materials and tools to paint, carpeting, cabinets, and all the finishing touches, you'll find quality products, helpful, friendly service, and delivery 7 days a week. And at Menards, you'll always find the lowest prices and sales, too.
Save big money at Menards.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or Oconto to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, Oconto, and Marinette.
Well, Jake, some other interesting football action taking place this weekend. We'll stay a little bit local and talk about the Wisconsin Badgers. They have Iowa.
Yeah, number 19 team in the country, going up against Iowa, who's actually undefeated and probably should be right there behind the Badgers. I do believe they got some votes for the top 25, so that's going to be a big matchup on Saturday down in Madison. You know, Madison always a tough place to play, whether it be any sport. You know, all the way through the girls' sports, the guys' sports, it doesn't matter. Madison is a tough town to play in. It's a good fan base down there. But Iowa not too far away from Madison, and it's going to be a heck of a matchup down there against the Hawkeyes.
For the first time in a couple of years, even the Michigan Wolverines have moved into the top 25, ranked at number 22. They're playing it with defense.
Yeah, and I may be a fair weather fan here for the Big Ten, but you know what? The Big Ten is probably one of the best, if not the best, football conferences in America right now, and it has been for a while. You know, you look, you got Ohio State, Michigan State in the top 2 spots in the top 25. You should have Iowa ranked, Michigan's ranked, Wisconsin's ranked. You get half of your conferences ranked in the top 25 in the country. And say what you want about the SEC or the ACC or any of the other good conferences around the area, I think the Big Ten has got them all beat, and that's some tough football in the Big Ten.
And then Sunday out on the West Coast, the Green Bay Packers looking to go 4-0 as they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Kind of been a thorn in the side of the Packers, and especially that read option with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, absolutely. And Colin Kaepernick, after coming off a really good year, getting them, deep into the playoffs, and Packers looking pretty silly there with that read option, like you said, Mike. And I think the Packers are going to be ready for that. I hope they're going to be ready for that, and they can read that being against Russell Wilson. Russell Smith's out on the field here tonight. Russell Wilson running that same style of offense, and they handled that pretty well against the Seahawks earlier this season.
Yeah, they had 2 marquee running backs that they had to go up against, and even Matt Forte they've been able to control the line of scrimmage with just a couple of exceptions this year. So they'll be going for 4-0, and we'll have that broadcast on our sister stations on the AM and the FM side. And we're just about set to begin. We'll take one quick break and be back with the second half on Hits 96.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust offers a variety of loan programs, vehicle loans, personal loans, and commercial loans. They do real estate mortgages, offer home equity options, and work with government loan programs. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust is here to serve you in 3 locations: Ludington Street in Marinette, Roosevelt Road in Marinette, and Highway 141 in Crivets. They can show you how to make your banking life save you time and save you money. Contact them today. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Well, we're ready to start second half action. The Peshtigo Bulldogs lead the Wausakee Rangers. That score is 20-6, and we're getting ready to start as Wausakee goes back and gets ready to kick off for the Bulldogs.
A quick update here, Mike, before we start this kickoff. Marinette Marines over the Denmark Vikings at the half, 16-14 from Eric and Kit.
And the kick is a short squibber, picked up by Rollo, and he's going to drop down right there at the 32-yard line. Rollo falls down right there at the 31. So it'll be 1st and 10.
1st and 10, ball on the 31.
For the Rangers at the 31-yard line. Russell Smith will be at the controls. As we said earlier, Eric Arndt returned tonight and re-injured or injured an ankle. It looked like anyway to us from up here. Trip receivers to the right. Smith barking signals. Quarterback draw straight up the middle. He's going to gain a couple tough yards straight up the middle. Coming over for the stop for the Bulldogs was number 57, Cam Lepkowski. So a gain of 2 yards the hard way for the Rangers. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Play comes in from the sidelines. Smith lets Rollo know what the play is, and now he's ready at the quarterback, barking the signals. And the handoff goes straight up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard, and that's Rollo. So the Peshtigo defense collapsed after a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Rangers at the 34-yard line. We're just underway in the third quarter. 20-6, Peshtigo has the lead. So Dunlap, Austin, brings the Rangers up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, going to the far left side. Hunter Durian. Smith back to pass, has some time, throws it deep down the right side. He has a wide open Quentin Rinaldo who catches the ball at the 30-yard line. So that pass goes 35 yards down the middle of the field and complete to Quentin Rinaldo at the 30-yard line. So Smith rolling to his right, got a little time, and he threw deep down the field. Rinaldo went and caught the jump ball. They both had it. And when they hit the ground, Rinaldo was able to wrestle it away. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers at the Peshtigo 30-yard line.
Good job by Rinaldo to come back for that ball, just a little bit underthrown. A defender able to make a play on that, but strong kid in Quentin Rinaldo.
Smith across the middle, complete to Bieber. Bieber's down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down after a gain of 12 yards on the slant pass. Complete down to the, we'll call it the 19-yard line, so we'll give them 11 yards on the pass. And it's a 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
1st down Rangers.
So 2 quick passes.
Kind of like you said, Mike, they're coming into the end of the half. And get those quick passes. They almost like runs here for the Wausakee Rangers. Doing a good job running this drive down the field.
Smith, quarterback draw, straight ahead. Leaning forward, gets to about the 17-yard line. He's going to gain 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Looks like a 2 from the way they're going to mark it. It's 2nd down, maybe not even that much. 2nd down and a long 8. Ball is at about the 17-yard line.
2nd and 8, ball on the 17.
Dunlap brings up the Rangers. Rollo behind Smith in the backfield. Rinaldo comes over to the right side. trip receivers to the left. Coming in motion is Landon Wallace. Handoff, Rollo straight up the left side. He's going to be down near the, looks about the 15-yard line. Gain of about 2 more on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, just outside the 15-yard line. So Wausakee definitely in 4-down territory. Smith looks over the defense. Peshtigo digs in. Smith back to pass. Is in trouble, and coming around the outside was Jake Romanesco pulling down Smith, and Smith is on his knees and pops up with a little bit of a limp. Looks like he's going to be okay walking it off. Loss of about 5 yards on the play. It'll be 4th and 12. Actually, that's Rollo that comes up limping. That 6 looks like a 0 from the outside, so it was Rollo on the carry. He lost 5 yards on the play. So a big 4th down for the Rangers. 4th and 12 at the 20-yard line. Back to pass. He's got time. Flag on the play. Ball is knocked away, but there is a flag. Connor Smith knocked it away. There's a penalty down around the goal line, and that could be against Peshtigo as they are pleading their case. I think it's going to be a 1st down.
Flag is against the Bulldogs.
I believe it was a hold. And so they're going to talk to Wausakee. Holding against the Bulldogs. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And it's down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th
in inches, it looks
and
like.
inches. So not an automatic 1st down in high school football. So it'll be 4th and less than a yard at the 10-yard line. So a second chance for the Rangers, who have it 4th and 1. And Peshtigo will take a timeout. So we have about 7 minutes and change to go in the 3rd quarter. Peshtigo leads it 20-6. Wausakee threatening back after this on Hits 96.
Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free. With around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an I-CAR Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state, located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair.
4th and 1 from the 10-yard line for the Wausakee Rangers, trying to cut into this lead at 20-6. In motion. Handoff for the quarterback keeper, Smith, around the outside, and he's going to be pulled down in the backfield. So they tried to go wide on the outside with Russell Smith. He's going to be pulled down at the 17-yard line for a loss of about 8 yards on the play. And Peshtigo will take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
I don't like the play call there, Mike. With Russell Smith and the size of Russell Smith, that's definitely a play that you got to go right up the middle, get him under center, have him lunge forward or something. Jake Romanesco is too good on the outside. He did a great job there of getting the edge and getting Smith in the backfield.
So Peshtigo holds. And here comes the Peshtigo Bulldogs. The play is being called in from up here. Might have heard it from behind. Wausakee steps back. Handoff is on the ground. Goki lost the handoff, and Wausakee falls on the football. Sawyer Dunlap falls on the football. So the exchange between Goki and Phil comes up short, and Wausakee has another break. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
But just about where they had it before, Mike, and actually where they lost the ball. So, hey, golden opportunity here for the Rangers at 7:37 to go in this third quarter.
So here come the Rangers with a second chance. Smith. Quarterback draw. Straight ahead. Going to gain maybe a yard, maybe two. A lot of second effort by Smith as he rumbles off tackle for a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 at about the 13-yard line. So Wausakee trying to cut into this lead, make a game of it.
2nd and 8 ball.
Peshtigo leads it 20-6. Looks like 7 minutes and change on the clock. It's hard to tell. I got a big old light pole there.
Just turned over 7 here, so under 7.
Back to pass. Across the middle. Almost picked off. Coming across the middle to almost pick that off was Max Newman.
Pass deflected by Max Newman.
If Newman doesn't touch it, it's a touchdown because it was across the middle.
3rd down Rangers.
3rd down and 9 at the 13-yard line. So the play is coming in with Smith and Robert Bieber. Bieber will come all the way over to the right side of the field. He's joined over here by Hunter Durian. Ronaldo on the left. Smith being chased by Romanesco. Breaks the tackle. Lunges forward. Down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 4th down and about a long 5 just inside the 10-yard line. They're going to place it at the 10. Wausakee's got to get inside the 5.
Watching that too, Mike. Jake Romanesco on the near side closest to us. Smith dropped back and rolled to the far side of the field, and Romanesco just chased him down there and scrambled him out of the pocket just to disrupt that play. Good job, Jake Romanesco.
So here it is, 4th down. Smith back to pass. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. It is a double. They both have it, and they're going to give it to Peshtigo. Pulling it down, I believe, is Goki.
Yep.
Pass is intercepted by Goki in the end zone.
Actually, it's number 40. So it's going to be Max Newman that's going to pull down the interception in the end zone. It was there for the taking. It was just another jump ball situation. And Newman got on the inside, was able to pull that down for the interception. So Peshtigo dodges another bullet, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So the play comes in. The Bulldogs with twin receivers right and left. Play gets changed as everybody relooks at their wristbands. Wausakee crowds the line of scrimmage. Goki on the right side off tackle gets about 3 yards on the play. One of his smaller gains of the night. He'll pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
2nd down Bulldogs.
Almost to the 24-yard line. Wausakee keeps changing their front look. Sometimes they have the linebackers looking like they're going to blitz, then they step out of it. Goki again up the middle. He's got a 1st down across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 11 on the play, and that was a quick 11 yards straight up the middle, and a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 36-yard line.
Unofficially, Mike, that puts Kyle Goki at 19 carries and right at 200 yards.
Phil hands it outside to the right side. Gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Goki again.
Tackle made by Whitman.
He gains 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2. And that ball rests at the 44-yard line.
Ball on the 44.
So trip receivers come to the left. Phil gets his play. Wausakee switching on the line. Goki with the handoff. Drags a tackler straight forward. Gain of about 3 yards, and that's another 1st down. We'll give them 4 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, all the way out to the 48-yard line. So Peshtigo starting to pick up the pace. Wausakee trying to hold, keep it close, 20-6. 4:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs lead it by 2 scores. Phil gets his play. Pitch to the outside and dragged down. Joey Matchett comes across the outside and pulls him down for a 5-yard loss. Wausakee had that one sniffed out.
2nd down, Peshtigo.
And coming across for that stop was Joey Matchett. So 2nd and 15, the ball's at the 44-yard line. Wausakee keeps changing that defensive look. Goki across the 50, has some running room, 45, 40, 35, 30, starting to run down the sidelines, 20 to the 15. Let's see where the official says he stepped out of bounds. He comes running up, and they're going to call him at the 20-yard line. So he's going to get 36 yards along the sideline, and another big play for Goki, who's over 200 yards in the football game. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, just inside the red zone for the Bulldogs. Goki goes straight up the middle. He's going to gain 5 quick yards at least, maybe 6. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Gain of 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5. Make it 4 as they move that inside the 15. Wausakee bringing in some fresh troops up in the line of scrimmage. So the play is called in from upstairs. Yellow 2. We'll see what that one is. Here comes Phil. Very familiar play. Goki around the left side. He slipped up, gets across the 10, down to around the 5-yard line. Might have been able to score if he hadn't slipped. He's down to about the 4-yard line. So 14 down to the 4. That's a 10-yard gain for Goki. And it's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Clock is running. So Wausakee brings in the goal line defense. They have everybody up tight. Russell Smith in the middle. Goki, handoff, right side, pulled down at about the 1-yard line, so a gain of 3 yards on the play. As Goki works his way down to the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. We'll call it the 2, so a gain of 2. 2nd and goal at the 2. Peshtigo with one person in the backfield, Kyle Goki. Phil waiting for the play. Everybody looks at the wristbands. My guess is Goki. It's a pitch. Goki around the left side. Goes in. We have a whistle. I think we're going to have a holding penalty on the wide receiver on the outside. He didn't need to throw that block as Goki was around the corner, and that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. 1:42 remains in the third quarter, and that'll move the ball out to the 13, 14-yard line. It'll be second and goal from the 14. So Wausakee bringing in some more fresh troops, this time a defensive back. The Bulldogs get their play. And we're still waiting, taking a lot of time. The referee is starting to make his count from the backfield. Got to hurry. Peshtigo back to pass. Phil looking. Pass is complete. And no, it's dropped at the end line. Isaac Ellie was wide open, or not really wide open. He was open at the goal line, and a hit was delivered, and he dropped the football. The referee started to signal touchdown, and then noticed the football on the ground. So it's 3rd and 14, or 13, at the 13-yard line. Phil brings the play in from the sidelines. So it's 3rd down. Waiting. Phil gets the snap. Back to pass, straight. Swing pass. Goki cuts it in. He's down around the 5 to the 3. He's going to be knocked down, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. So a swing pass to Goki goes 13 yards for the touchdown. So Peshtigo marches down the field 80 yards in 11 plays for the 13-yard touchdown pass. So the Bulldogs come in to attempt the extra point. Wausakee, snap, kick up in the air, and good. So our score stands, the Peshtigo Bulldogs 27, Wausakee 7. Back with more on Hits 96.
Go west on 180 every holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride. If you dare, out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
27-7 is your score with 1:03 remaining in the third quarter. A 13-yard swing pass from Phil to Goki has upped the lead to 20 points, and it's a must time now for Wausakee. They're going to have to make an answer here, or Peshtigo is in danger of running away. Here comes Wausakee. Kick down the field from the 15 to the 30. Breaks a tackle with it is number 47, Unferth. Unferth gets out to about the 33-yard line. So a gain of about 18 yards on that return.
First down, Rangers.
And Wausakee will have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Arndt out for the Rangers.
1st and 10 ball on the 33.
Was hurt early in the second quarter, and Russell Smith has had to take over the controls of the Ranger offense. So they're a little bit limited in what they've been able to do, but now they've kind of opened it up in the second half. Smith has been playing quarterback with Arndt injured for the last couple of games, so this is nothing new for Smith. Handoff. Looks like Unferth straight up the middle. No gain on the play.
Quentin Unferth, the ball carrier.
Quentin Unferth tried it off the left tackle.
Tackle made by Romanesco.
Maybe a loss of a half yard.
Second down, Rangers.
So we'll call it second down. And 10 yards to go. Still resting at the 33-yard line. Smith doing linebacker duties and quarterbacking duties. Seeing a lot of action here tonight. He's going to be one tired ball player when this one's all over. So Smith comes up. He's got two receivers, right and left. Rinaldo split over to the right side. Back to pass. Pass is, I don't know if it's intercepted or not. Peshtigo sounding, looking like it was, and it is. It's intercepted. And again, there's Newman. Newman looks like he picked it off at the, and the penalty is procedure against the Rangers. That's declined. So Peshtigo will take over on the interception at the 43-yard line.
You know, right there, Mike, a tipped ball that just got hung up in the air, and it was hard to tell if he actually came down with it or caught it. Catching it, tumbling forward, you know, a good way to hang on there and get the ball back for Peshtigo and really put this one out of reach right now.
Here come the Bulldogs at the 43-yard line of the Rangers. Still back to pass. Pass is complete to Romanesco. Breaks a tackle at the 30, 25, 20, spinning out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So 27-yard pass play. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. So Peshtigo is threatening once again. They lead it 27-7. Back with the fourth quarter on Hits 96.
Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivets Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivets Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivets Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivets Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivets. Visit on Facebook or crivetslumber.com.
You can only imagine what treasures await you at Thrifty Treasures. From clothing for the entire family and any occasion to home goods. This 10,000 square foot building is full of items handpicked for a new home. You can get your hands on these treasures this spring only at Thrifty Treasures. Thrifty Treasures open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, located at 251 French Street in Peshtigo. Like us on Facebook and follow us for giveaways and upcoming sales.
So we enter the fourth quarter of action. The Peshtigo Bulldogs leading the Wausakee Rangers 27-7. They have the football first and 10 at about the 17-yard line. Trying to get everybody to jump up and down here, try to get the blood flowing. A lot of people in their winter finery with wool caps and the likes. This first weekend of October, it's been beautiful football weather all through the fall. Our first kind of fallish type game here. The Bulldogs have it, first and 10. Back to pass is Thill, looking, steps up in the pocket, jump pass over the middle, almost intercepted back there, making a good defensive play.
Broken up by Hunter Durian.
Hunter Durian back there on the stop.
Second down, Bulldogs.
It'll be second down and 10 at the 17-yard line. So Thill was back in the backfield, stepped up in the pocket, threw a little jump pass into the end zone, and Durian almost picked it off. So here's Thill. Handoff, Goki, straight up the middle, running, good yardage, down near the 10-yard line, going to gain about 8 yards on the play. I noticed, Jake, during the intermission, they were stretching him out like he had a little bit of a cramp problem. And you can see he's kind of coming off again, so yeah, he certainly deserves a break.
Yeah, that left calf muscle they were working on before. Actually, they were working on the right one before. Now they're working, it looks like, maybe on the left one, his ankle into his toes. Just get this cramp out of here. It probably hurts. Sitting on 27 carries right now and 267 unofficially, so this kid has been just unstoppable here tonight at Kyle Goki and taking care of a lot of the running and a lot of the grunt work here for the Bulldogs.
So Peshtigo is going to take a timeout as they didn't like what they had saw. But this is an important defensive stand for Wausakee. They're going to have to try to keep them out of the end zone. It's 27-7, and time is running out. There is 11 minutes and change, so we've got a full quarter to play. Stranger things have happened, but Wausakee does not want Peshtigo to get into the end zone.
Absolutely. And Wausakee Rangers right now just sitting backs up against the wall here. A big defensive stand could turn the momentum a little bit into your favor. You get down, you get a quick score, you're climbing back into this ball game here. It's not out of reach just yet. 27-6 is not that big of a deal. 3 scores. You got your work cut out for you, but there's a lot of quarter left to go. You're just going to need those scores in a hurry.
And finally, both teams come back to the field of play. Wausakee has their defensive call from their head coach. And Peshtigo comes up to the line of scrimmage without Goki in the backfield. So here comes Thill. Gets his play. Keeps it himself up the right side, down near the 5. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown. A flag is on the play. Holding.
It is against the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be on the Bulldogs. And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. From the 10, it'll go out to the 20. And so a touchdown comes off the board. It'll be 3rd and 13 or 14 at the 20-yard line.
3rd and 13, ball in the 20.
So a touchdown comes off the board. Peshtigo had the play called that scored the touchdown, but a hold brings it back. So Thill gets the call. He's dropping back to pass. Got to hurry. It's across the middle, corralled by Matt Miller. Looks like he's got the first down at about the 5-yard line. Thill got buried as he let that pass go, but he caught Miller over the middle. Had enough on it. Down to the 5-yard line. So an 18-yard pass over the middle brings up a 1st and goal at the 5. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for Peshtigo. Handoff goes straight up the middle. Gain of about a yard, maybe 2 on the second effort. With the carry is Dakota Heckel.
Tackle made by Russell Smith.
He gained maybe a yard. Russell Smith coming over for the stop.
2nd on Bulldog.
2nd down for Peshtigo and goal at the 4-yard line. Clock is rolling. 8 minutes and counting. It says 18, but that I'm sure it's not 18. Phil. Handoff up the middle and is snuffed out right away. Ball is on the ground, and I believe they're going to what the official's going to give it to Wausakee. Heckel dropped the ball at the 8-yard line, and Wausakee pounced on the football. And so it's a turnover, another one. So back-to-back turnovers from Wausakee and Peshtigo. Give the Rangers the football back at the 8-yard line. So Wausakee dodges another bullet, but they've got to go the length of the field, and time is not on their side. Russell Smith back at the controls. Brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Behind him, Quentin Unforth. Smith keeps it on the quarterback draw. He's got maybe a yard or 2 on the play. Maybe not even that. Looks like maybe just a yard on the play. Out to the 9. So it'll be 2nd down and 9.
2nd down Rangers.
So just a yard on that. Peshtigo collapsed the inside pretty good. Coming across the middle there was Drake Koenigs. And we have a trainer coming across the field. So they just waited for that. Probably to take a look at Mr. Goki over here. He's still not feeling the very best. So Smith has it and hands it off. This will be Unferth. He's going to go up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards. So it looked like Smith had kept it, but he gave it to Unferth. And we're going to give him 5 yards on the play. A little bit better than it looked. It'll be 3rd down and 4, right about at the 14-yard line. So the play, again, Smith has to shuttle in from the sideline. Gets his team up to the line of scrimmage. A big 3rd down play for the Rangers. Smith. High snap. It's on the ground. Fight for the ball. Who's got it? Peshtigo picks it up. And so Peshtigo does get it. They're going to take over at the 8-yard line, so it was just 8:53 or so to go here in the football game, and Peshtigo set back up again, this time at the 9-yard line. So an interception, a fumble, and another fumble. Things getting sloppy out there. Peshtigo will have it 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. So a new runner next to Phil. Phil will keep it himself around the right side. Down near the 5. Getting close to the end zone. He's down to the 1. So it's going to be an 8-yard run by Phil.
Tackled by Riley Carnot.
Gets him to about the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. So we'll give him a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down and goal at the 2. Checking to see who the other, might be Cam Lipkowski in the backfield next to Phil. Phil will keep it straight up the middle. He's dragged down. Coming across Henry Shaw. A loss of about a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2. 3rd down and a long 2 at the 2-yard line. Under 8 minutes now. 7 and change to go in the football game. 27-7. Peshtigo in the lead, threatening to make it more. Phil will keep it around the right side, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. So Justin Phil goes in on a 2-yard run. And that's pretty much the dagger, as they would say in Packerland. It's now 33-7. Peshtigo setting up for the extra point, which I believe will probably be a kick. And they come sliding over. Wausakee in for the extra point. Peshtigo sets it up. Kick comes in, it's up in the air, and it is good. So, 6 minutes and change left to go on our football game. The score stands. Peshtigo 34, Wausakee 7. Back after this on Hits 96.
Let me tell you, Advanced Motors, located in Coleman, has AMSOIL for all your motorcycle, ATV, marine, and vehicle needs. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Are you or your student moving? Advanced Motors, a U-Haul dealer, also carries packing and moving supplies for all your needs. Stop in or call today at 920-897-2677. That's 920-897-2677. Whew, that's right.
Badger Credit Union is pleased to sponsor high school sports and wishes best of luck to all area teams. Badger Credit Union is proud to be a part of the community. Become a member if you live or work in Marinette, Menominee, or Oconto counties. See them for all types of mortgage loans, auto, vacation, and unsecured loans. They also have debit and ATM cards, share draft, share accounts, and term accounts. Take advantage of no-fee checking for students and senior citizens. Badger Credit Union, 870 Frontage Road, Peshtigo.
You're listening to M&O Conference Football in WSFQ, Peshtigo, Marinette, Menominee. The kickoff by the Bulldogs comes down at the 20-yard line, out to the 30 and about the 33-yard line. I think that was Hunter Durian brings it out to the 30-yard line where Wausakee will have it 1st and 10. So I think Wausakee is probably going to have to go to the air show. That touchdown last came at the 6:57 mark of the fourth quarter. It's 34-7. So here come the Rangers. The ball's at the 33-yard line. Smith has trip receivers to the left, one to the right. Calls his signals. Starts a man in motion. Smith will keep it himself up the middle to the 35-yard line, just across. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. So they started at the 33. He's going to gain 2 to the 35, just across the 35. 2nd down and 8. Peshtigo shuttling in a couple of fresh players. Smith brings the Rangers up. Still just a little over 6 minutes to go. Smith keeps it around the right side. He's going to gain another yard, maybe 2. Kind of a student body right as everybody rolled to the right side. He'll gain a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7 at the 37-yard line. They got to get to just shy of the 44.
3rd down, Rangers.
3rd down. The Rangers in need of a 1st down here. Smith with the reverse. Ball is on the ground, and it's covered by Peshtigo at the 29-yard line. So Wausakee trying a little bit of trickery, set up a reverse to the far side of the field, and that ball got dropped on the ground, and Peshtigo corralled it at the 30-yard line. So Peshtigo will have it 1st and 10 at the Wausakee 30-yard line. So we've had a fumble, an interception, and now another fumble. And Peshtigo's back in business at the 30-yard line. So the play comes in. And they've got 2 receivers right and left, they being the Peshtigo Bulldogs. Back to pass. Over the middle. Attempting that pass was number 4, Riley Reef. Phil is out. Pass intended for Ellie is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 30-yard line. So Reef. Dak. Handoff. This will be to Dakota Heckel. Heckel gains about a yard, maybe. They're not even going to give him a yard. So no loss, no gain at the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 10, ball on the 30.
Clock is running. Under 6 minutes to go. 5:33 and rolling. Peshtigo. A lot of white shirts out there. And I believe that's going to be an encroachment penalty as the flags fly. Hard count brought Wausakee across the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Gives Peshtigo a free 5 yards down to the 25-yard line. where it's a little more manageable, 3rd and 5. Peshtigo leads it 34-7. We're late in the football game. Heckel has it around the right side. He's at the 20, to the 15, inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line. So a gain of 14 yards by Heckel gets him down to the 11-yard line where Peshtigo will have it. 1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 4 and change. Play gets called. Riley Reef sets up shop at the 15-yard line and keeps it himself around the right side. Runs into his own man at about the 7-yard line. Had Reef looked up, he would have been into the end zone, but he turned around, and when he looked up, he ran right into his own player at the 7-yard line. So a gain of 4 yards will make it 2nd and 6 at about the 8.
A little inexperience there by the young man, just running with his head down, not keeping his eyes forward. Runs right into his own guy.
Heckel goes off the left tackle. He's down near the goal line. He gets to about the 1. That might be a first down, as that ball is spotted just outside of the end zone. 1st and goal for Peshtigo. So that's a gain of 7 yards. We'll make it 6 yards because 7 would give him the touchdown. So 1st and goal at the 1. 1st and goal at the 1 for the Bulldogs. Twin receivers right and left. The reserves trying to get one for the Bulldogs. Heckel goes up the middle, spins, and he's in for the touchdown. Dakota Heckel
In for the touchdown.
goes in on the 1-yard run to up the lead to 40-7. And with the kick pending, Peshtigo comes over. They'll kick this one. So the kicking team ready to go. Wausakee gets the snap. Kick is low, and it's blocked on the inside by the Rangers, and that'll keep our score at 40-7. So it's just a matter of time now, as there's about 3:30 to go in the football game, and Peshtigo has the 40-7 lead. Visit North Motorsports, the area's full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to their certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592. And Kane, driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC Ocado Marinette. So Jake, Wausakee did give it the best try they had, but without Eric Arndt, they're just a different team.
Yeah, absolutely. Russell Smith did a great job at the quarterback position, but he better out of the running back position with Eric Arndt at the helm. You know, with Eric going down, Russell did the best that he could, but, you know, Peshtigo is a very good football team all the way around, offense, defense, and special teams, proving it here again tonight, and why they are near the top of this conference and going to get their 5th win, and into the playoffs they go.
So here come the Bulldogs, set to kick off. Aiden Wausakee. He approaches the football, and the kick is on the ground, covered up by the Rangers right at the 35-yard line.
Kick is recovered by Landon Wallace.
Landon Wallace falls on it at the 35-36-yard line. We'll take over, trailing 40-7. Ball rests. They're going to give him the 36-yard line. He fell forward when he fell on the football. A lot of fresh jerseys out there for Peshtigo. Russell Smith, the quarterback for the Rangers. Trip receivers to the right, one to the left. Keeps it around the right side. Going to gain about 5 yards straight up the middle.
Russell Smith
He'll get just across the 40, so we'll give him 5 yards to the 41. Second down and 5. Clock continues to roll. Still a little bit more than 3 minutes to go. And the clock is rolling. Wausakee in no hurry. They have their play from the sideline. And here's Smith. Looks over the defense. Smith gets the snap. Keeps it up the middle. Pulling runners with him, and he's going to be close to the first down. The referees are going to stop the clock to check it. It appears to be enough from here. And it is. It's a first down.
First down, Rangers.
First and 10 for the Rangers on a gain of 5 by Smith. Fresh set of downs.
2:42, Mike.
Clock is rolling. This one decided. Peshtigo leading Wausakee 40-7. Wausakee comes up to the line of scrimmage. They're in no hurry. Peshtigo with the defense. Handoff straight up the middle. Unfirth. He's going to gain about 4, maybe 5 yards. Kind of stood up at the 50 and then leaned forward again for another yard or 2. We're going to give him 6 yards on that one. And it's going to be second down and 4 with the ball at the 49-yard line, now in Peshtigo territory. A minute and change left in the football game, so maybe time for 2 or 3 plays, pending any timeouts. I don't think anybody's going to take one. Smith comes all the way over from the sideline, has his play. Sets Rinaldo over to the left. Trips to the right. Unfirth behind Smith. Smith keeps it across the 50. Dragging tacklers to the 45. Going to gain 3 yards on the play.
Smith on the carry.
It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 45-yard line.
Initial contact made by Sean Beria.
Referee's in no hurry to set the whistle. He finally does. Still over a minute. Wausakee needs a yard for the first down. 1 minute exactly remains in the football game.
45.
Clock continues to roll. So Wausakee still battling. Smith looks very tired out there. Played linebacker, played quarterback. A lot of carries here tonight, and he'll do it again. Straight up the middle. He's got enough for the first down to the 41-yard line.
Smith on the carry.
Gain of 4 yards and a first down for the Rangers. So a fresh set of downs. They'll stop the clock while they set the sticks. And now the referee winds the clock. See what the Rangers decide to do. We're under a minute. Smith sets his team. Back to pass. Across the middle. His pass is, looks like it's intercepted. And it's intercepted by the Bulldogs at the 29-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Didn't see who picked that one off. But it was a tip drill there. That ball got tipped, and Peshtigo takes over at the 29-yard line. So that's just about going to do it. Peshtigo will probably run it out here.
Looks like 57, actually. Cam Lipkowski on the interception. The guy's patting him on the back for that one with 10 seconds to go.
So this will be the last play of the football game. Peshtigo takes a knee. A loss of 5 yards by Riley Reef, but that's inconsequential as the game will come to a close. So that's it. Our final score, the Peshtigo Bulldogs defeat the Wausakee Rangers 40-7. We'll total up our stats and we'll be back to tell you about the game after this on Hits 96.
Mother Nature. Or human nature. Are you protected from the unexpected? An American Family Insurance agent can help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Call today for your free personal insurance review so you can check it off your list and off your mind. Call Pat Robbins at 715-582-4631, your local American Family Insurance agent. Are you still shivering from last year's energy bills? BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning will help. Call 715-927-5656 for full service, including tune-ups on your existing system, repair, replacement, or new construction. The number again is 715-927-5656. Whether it's an upgrade or a tune-up, BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning has a solution. 24/7 service for your convenience. Call 715-927-5656. That's BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Well, the Peshtigo Bulldogs have qualified for the state football playoffs. They defeat the Wausakee Rangers in convincing fashion by the score of 40-7. Peshtigo got started right away. They took 2 plays to go 60 yards. Justin Thill to Jake Romanesco with a 30-yard pass for the 7-0 lead. Wausakee made a game of it. They came back with a 16-play drive, marched down the field 77 yards, and at the 3:09 mark of the first quarter, it was Eric Arndt to Quentin Rinaldo for the 7-6 score at the end of the first quarter. Peshtigo went right back to work on their next possession, and Justin Thill capped a drive of 91 yards with a 3-yard run with 10:44 to go in the second quarter. Peshtigo led 13-6 as the extra point was no good. The Bulldogs added another touchdown on a 66-yard screen pass with 4:05 to go in the second quarter. That made our score 20-6 at the half. Wausakee came out and started a nice drive. They came down the field and were stopped, and Peshtigo went back to work. They went 80 yards, and this time it was a swing pass to Kyle Goki over on the right flats. Goki went the rest of the distance into the end zone on the 13-yard scoring play that made it 27-7. There was 2 more scores in the fourth quarter as a series of interceptions and fumbles plagued both Wausakee and Peshtigo. Justin Thill capped a 9-yard 3-play drive with a 2-yard run at 6:57 to go in the game. It was 34-7 Peshtigo, and Dakota Heckel added the last touchdown of the game with under a minute to play on a 1-yard run, making our final score Peshtigo 40, Wausakee 7. Jake will be back with the stats after this on Hits 96.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Ocado counties. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Cribbets Auto Parts in Dyer Street and Cribbets carries quality CarQuest parts. Is your car in need of repair? See Cribbets Auto Parts, your authorized CarQuest dealer. Some of their featured products include batteries, spark plugs, filters, brakes, new water pumps, and so much more. Come check out everything Cribbets Auto Parts, your local CarQuest dealer, has to offer, located on Dyer Street in Cribbets. Good luck to all teams in the M&O Conference.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay Cities Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
With the tail of the tape, here's Jake.
All right, for the Peshtigo Bulldogs, victorious with 40-6 victory over the Wausakee Rangers. Justin Thill led in the passing, eight completions for 8 for 16 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kyle Goki, the big story here tonight, 27 carries, 267 yards. Also added in 2 catches for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. So, over 300 yards of total offense. Jake Romanesco led the receivers with catches, 3 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Matt Miller added 2 catches for 48 yards. And going over to the Wausakee Rangers, Eric Arndt, before he left the game, 5 of 6 for 59 yards and a touchdown. Went down in that ankle injury and did not return tonight. Russell Smith took over from there and did not have very good success throwing the football tonight with a couple 3 interceptions. He did complete 2 passes for 47 yards, and carried the ball 27 times tonight for 77 yards. Quentin Ronaldo had a catch from Eric Arndt for a touchdown, the lone score for the Wausakee Rangers. He ended the game 4 catches, 74 yards, and Robert Bieber 3 catches for 32 yards in the ball game tonight. And, you know, Mike, like we said in the pregame here, Peshtigo is a very good, well-rounded football team, and they showed it here tonight. You know, them primarily a passing team all season long with Justin Thill throwing the ball beautifully for the Bulldogs, but Kyle Gohlke showed why he is in that tailback position. 27 carries and 67 yards. Plus he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And they run that swing pass, and well over 300 yards of total offense for him tonight. I think that's our player of the game for sure.
And as we look at it, Peshtigo is in the playoffs, but Wausakee, if you want to look at the positive, they're still just 1 win away from making that step. But I think that injury to Arndt kind of took the steam out of their steps. And they were fired up. He was in there. He drove them down the field, and then that injury happened, and you could just kind of see that a little bit of deflation.
Absolutely, Mike. When you look at that, and that's hard when you got a kid as talented as Eric is, and not to take anything away from Russell Smith. He does a great job at the quarterback position, but obviously he's the starting tailback for this team and backup quarterback. It's hard to come in the game, whether you've been playing the whole game or not, and come into a game in a new position and expect to just jump right in there and do well right off the bat. He did a good job running the ball out of the quarterback position, but Peshtigo just a juggernaut offense, and it's Kyle Gohlke too much to handle for the Rangers tonight.
Well, that's it from here. The Peshtigo Bulldogs moved their record to 5-2, I believe, on the season with that win, and they won. The final score was 40-7. So for Jake Scrivens, I'm Mike Lyons. Good night. See you next week in M&O.
M&O Conference Sports broadcasts are brought to you by Badger Credit Union, North Honda Motorsports, American Family Insurance, Pat Robbins Agent, Bayshore Credit Union, Riverside Auto, Town and Community Insurance, Prestige Auto Body, Crivets Lumber, Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, Tri-City Physical Therapy, Menominee County Federal Credit Union, Pit Stop Quick Lube, BJ's Heating and Cooling, J&R Auto Parts and Service, Menards, Advanced Motors, Peshtigo National Bank, Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC, Bayside Motorsports, and Thrifty Treasures.